Yo, we back with another one. Look, the reason Damon Dash is getting sued by JayZ over reasonable doubt was because Damon Dash tried to sell reasonable doubt as an NFT. And I'm finna speak my piece on this situation. These are just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Dang. JayZ has been trying to get your piece a reasonable doubt forever. You said no. You don't never want to let it go. Right? Okay. Biggs still own a piece of reasonable doubt. He said he'll never let his shares go. But this is the thing. If Jay was able to get Damon Dash piece of reasonable doubt, more than likely, then Biggs would end up giving his to JayZ too, just due to the simple fact of you work for JayZ now, like you work for Roc Nation. Like after you got out of jail, JayZ put you on because you was like, you still his homie and he still rock with you, but you pretty much work for him. So, I mean, Jay will give y'all anything to have full ownership of reasonable doubt. But my whole thing with Damon Dash is this. Bro, if you don't want to be associated with JayZ, let it go. Let it go, bro. Like, just let Jay have it. Give it to him, bro. Like, he want it. He got the money to buy it, but you saying he ain't offer you enough money. At the end of the day, no matter how much amount he offer you, you won't let it go because you know that's the last thing that you got tied to him and Roc-A-Fella. And you don't want to let it go. Jay ain't just started trying to get reasonable doubt from you. Jay been trying to get reasonable doubt from you for years. And then you talking about you got all the right to sell it, bro. You don't own the whole thing, Dame. You don't own the whole reasonable doubt. You own a part of it, a piece or whatever, what equity or however that was broke down. And Jay got his piece and Biggs got his piece. But it was split between y'all three different ways. But see, Jay smart and Jay know that if he ever get his piece from Dame, getting his piece from Biggs wouldn't be nothing. That's why you don't ever hear about Jay trying to get his part back or his piece back from Biggs because he don't need it. All he really need is Damon Dash piece and then Biggs get him his piece and then he'll have 100% ownership of the Reasonable Doubt album. Now, Dame has been holding on to this. Dame don't want to let it go. Dame just, it's Damon Dash, man. I don't know what y'all expect at this point. He don't even like to talk about JayZ in interviews because he say people don't ask JayZ about him. Well, JayZ has so much stuff going on, it be a million other things they want to ask him about. You just ain't never at the top of the list. People hear about what you doing, hear about it, don't see it flourish. So when you get to the interview, JayZ Questions is at the top of the list. They know they response and they answers to how JayZ will handle you wouldn't do nothing. It wouldn't give ratings. Like, it wouldn't shoot nothing up for views. Like, it wouldn't be a must hear JayZ interview because he done said it over the years. We could agree to tend to disagree. JayZ ain't never disrespected you in no interviews. He always maintained and said y'all was cool. These interviews been out for years. It's all over YouTube. See, and it don't do nothing. Like, it don't get no views. It don't make Jay no money. It don't do nothing for him to speak on you. Now you, on the other hand, I started this. I got the Damon Dash Network. I got the this. Dang, you know just like I know, if you got to tell people, then it ain't hot enough. If you got to tell people about what you've been doing, then it ain't hot enough. You say you got a network. Okay, where the shows at? Who the stars of the shows? Like, see, this is what I'm saying. It's not hot enough. You bring up all this stuff you doing. You say you got motor oil and oils and racing teams and that. Where they at? Well, we've been shut down. I don't even think no racing or no NASCAR been going on and nothing. But when I go to AutoZone or something like that, I don't see no Damon Dash oil up in there. I don't see, like, you know what I'm saying? You say you got oil. You know what I'm saying? You have art galleries in New York for whatever reason. I think they empty now. I don't even think they got no real art in there. Like, so really, Dane, what are people gonna talk to you about? Besides, like, we know your son got cookies, but other than that, like, what are people really going to talk to you about? That's why the JayZ Questions is at the top of the list. If you was doing things and people knew about the stuff you was doing and all that, then when you got to your interviews, they'll have something to talk about. People don't really have nothing to talk about with you in Roc-A-Fella because that's where everybody know you from. JayZ done did so much. Those questions are at the bottom of the list. We're at the top. People want to know about Jay and this deal, and how did he do this deal, and how did he get this deal, and how him and Beyonce doing it, how the kids doing it. Even you can even talk about his cars that they just bought the most expensive Rolls Royce at 28 minutes. See what I'm saying? JayZ doing so much and has so much going on. Artists with Roc Nation, like, he got so much going on. It's a million different things to ask him. You, on the other hand, you got to rant, you got to rave, you got to tell people about all this stuff that we hear about you doing it. We hear you say that this is what you doing, but we don't know where the proof at, dang. And you know, just like I know, once the product get hot and everybody know about it, you ain't got to say nothing because everybody will be talking about it. Everybody watched Power. Power was one of my shows. It never been a show I was down to see. It was never nothing like, oh, I have to watch Power. And even after I seen the few episodes I seen, I still wasn't hooked on it like, oh, I really have to watch Power. But Power was so hot, everybody was talking about it. Everybody wanted to see it. So much so, to even after 50 Cent got killed off, just because his name was associated with it, it kept him hot. It kept him popping. See what I'm saying? So with 50 Cent doing so many things, ain't nobody finna get up there and ask him about GUnit because there's too many other questions to ask him. So who the hell gonna ask him about GUnit? Nobody. But then you get somebody like Young Buck, he ain't doing nothing but running around line and not paying taxes. So because he ain't doing nothing but running around line and not paying taxes, only thing you can ask him about, well, let's talk about the GUnit days. That's it. Them the only question. That's all you can ask him. You can't ask him like, okay, we heard you open up a new restaurant. Tell us about the restaurant. We see you finna drop a new album. Okay, tell us about the new album. Okay, we see you doing this. Tell us about this. Tell us about. They don't be doing that. They sit back, getting their feelings, worry about other grown men all day, all the time, and be whining and crying for years, trying to blame other men for the mistakes they made. So Dave, you knew when you couldn't call Jay no more, you knew when you couldn't directly have a phone line to call Jay and contact Jay and talk to Jay no more, you knew right then and there it was over and done with. And you knew that, but you tried to force your hand with it. You tried to force your hand and you tried to force your issue with it. Moreover so than that, you knew when Jay, he either hit you with it, it's cool, or he hit you with an eye, or he hit you with like, damn, I don't like this, I ain't trying to move this way. You made y'all relationship like that. Now, I'm not saying JayZ would have been right in all his decisions and his decision making and all that. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's 100% right. Like Jay was wrong on Kanye, how he didn't want him to rap because he didn't think Kanye would be a good rapper, and that turned out to go the other way. But Dame pushed for that and Dame got it. So Jay was like, okay, it worked. We went with it. But at the same time, Dame out here doing stuff, and Jay just not agree with. I mean, even financially, as the business as a whole, me as your owner, me as your partner, and I'm like, nigga, you spent like in a month, like you probably spent 1.3 on private jet, like just flying. Now, notice how through the years, JayZ has always said it's way more broke rappers than it is rich rappers. Look at the things that JayZ was doing. JayZ had the money. He had the money. He had the lifestyle. Like he was doing. He did dabble in the streets a bit. So he had money coming into the rap thing already. So a lot of his early first rap checks, like when he started getting, he didn't even have to touch them. He didn't even have to spend that money. He just blended all the money all together. Okay, his first rollie, what? That money came off the street. Them first gold chains, that money came off the street. Then with cars, JayZ ain't spending $1 million on cars every year for what? I got drivers now. I'm getting drove everywhere. Like, you could rent and be drove in the Maybach for cheaper than it would be for you to cost to own it. So why buy it and own it? It will come out with another one there. You're making this car every year. I'm not finna be buying new $1 million cars every year. JayZ don't move like that. So by him having a hustler mentality, everything he think about is a hustle. Every move he make, it's a hustle. That's how Jay think. Jay don't think spending money. And I think that's where a lot of people get it mixed up and confused at. A lot of rappers end up going broke because in your head, if you think JayZ buying $1 million watches every week, you want to come in the industry buying $1 million watches every week. If you think JayZ buying new cars every week, then you want to come into the industry buying new cars every week. Not focusing on he making deals, he's hustling, he making moves, everything a hustle. This is what you want to do. You got to have some type of hustle about yourself. That's why most of these rappers lose. They got the rap, you can have the rap, you can have the image, you can have all that. But if you ain't got no hustle, you're going to be the first one to go broke. You're going to be the first one they laughing at. You're going to be the first one they talking about. You're going to be the first one your friends turn on, all that. So anyway, by Dame knowing this, Dame should already knew, like, oh man, I ain't talking to JayZ. I can't call him on the phone no more. You should have known it was gonna be over with. Over with. Done. You can't even talk to the man no more. Right then and there, I would have been like, look, let's just sever our ties. We split it up. Divide the money up however, but anything I got with you, I don't want to have no more parts of that. I don't want to have no more pieces of that. Nothing. And you know why? The reason being is because this is like, say you invested a whole bunch of money, right? Into like an ex-girlfriend or something, right? And you invested a whole bunch of money into her. And to get rid of her, all you got to do is let her go, get her whatever she want. Just like you go to wipe with your court and get her whatever she want. Why would I go to court and be like, no, I don't want to get her the whole house. I still want to keep half the house. We don't even like each other no more at this point. We not together. We getting a divorce. Why would I want half of anything that you got? I wouldn't even care what size it was. I wouldn't care if it was a mansion, 10 bedrooms, 4 pools, whatever it got. I wouldn't want it at all. She want it, give it to her. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Like, I don't want to be attached to nothing that's attached to you. So that's what killed me with Dame. You don't like to talk about JayZ in interviews. You don't want to speak on JayZ. You say you don't, you call him and say he trash and do all this and that. Yeah, you did a whole bunch of deals and you involved him in, but at the same time, Dame, you was hustling too, but you was hustling backwards because you doing the deals that you could have kept for yourself that you just threw JayZ in, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he gets all his money And he taking things personal with you, and it's not about the money. It ain't about the money with you. It's about our friendship. You had JayZ looking at you different. You had him not want to deal with you no more. That's all it was. When they came to you with the Belvedere deal, you didn't have to include Jay in that, but you did. When they came with you with the Roc-A-Fella, the clothing deal, you didn't have to include Jay in that, but you did. You could have let Jay wear 1 or 2 outfits or something, and you'd have still made all that money. But what I'm saying is, you took all these deals back to Jay, and you helped him get money, right? But the one thing he always asked you for was he wanted full ownership of the reasonable doubt, and you decided not to give it to him. Well, fast forward to today. We at now, and like Dame said, he got the right to do anything he want to do with his part. I don't know how big his part is, but I don't want, like, I wouldn't want to be the man in their shoes to be like, okay, I own this off reasonable doubt, but Biggs and Dame got the rest. I mean, yeah, Biggs and JayZ got the rest, and I own this little section or this little small little part. Man, I wouldn't want to do that. For what? It don't make no sense. It wouldn't make no sense. For what? Own it for what? What they go re-release it, put it out digitally? Like, you could do a lot of stuff with music these days, but at the same time, if JayZ know I'm the guy that own a part of this, well, I could just sit back and just let them do whatever they want to do it and get a chunk, he'll constantly try to stop it. Cause that'd be like me eating off him just cause I bought it for Dame. So he would constantly try to stop it. Or as soon as Dame give it to me, the first thing he gonna do is come try to buy it from me. Dame say he didn't like the offer that JayZ gave him. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's personal because that's the last thing you got that's attached to him. And you know that. So like I said, it's like you want to be separated from your ex-wife, but you still trying to hold on to a part of her. And that's what this is like. And Dame just don't want to let it go. I don't care if it was an NFT, a BCB, a ABC, all that don't even matter. He feel like he own a part and he really want to get rid of it. And I'm disappointed in Dame. I just can't believe like this is where we get with it in this day and age, in this time. Like, this is what we doing. Like, this how far we done came, like, with these situations. But y'all get in the comment box. Y'all let me know what y'all think about, JayZ suing Dame over this reasonable doubt situation. But it ain't no doubt in my mind. Jay gonna get it eventually. He's going, mark my words, Jay eventually will own the whole Reasonable Doubt album. I'm telling y'all that right now. You've been wanting it for too long. His money too strong now. Like, he's going to get it eventually. Eventually, he's going to get it. But y'all get in the comment, let me know what y'all think, man. It's your boy Buddha, I'm out.